The Klan wants segregation. So does the woke left. I'm really, really getting exhausted with this false idea that all ideas are worth hearing out anymore. I want to show how this plays into what happened this weekend, and I want to get to it piece by piece. Let's go to this story first, though. Fox News, how after these two heroic police officers were shot, keep in mind, this was not even a 911 call. They were sitting in the vehicle and were ambushed by a lunatic who shot them. They get to the hospital where they barely survive. I don't know if you heard this story, folks. And some protesters, I'm just saying that because it's in the title. These are not protesters. I'm just reading the title. Protesters show up at LA hospital treating ambushed cops and yell, "I hope they blanking die." You enraged yet? Should be. So we have a 24-year-old police officer on duty less than a year, 6-year-old child at home, shot, barely survives. And some lunatics show up at the hospital saying, "We hope you die." Folks, these people are not worth hearing out. I can't say this enough. We're in this bizarre time we're living in. I read this piece in the Wall Street Journal a while ago, and it was fantastic how we're under the illusion right now that all ideas are worth hearing out. I'm just going to go into some of them. The first, the defund the police argument. No, that's not worth hearing out. You're not worth hearing out. No, you're not worth it. You're not worth hearing out. I'm not saying you don't have the right to speak out. That's a different argument. We live in a constitutional republic. Speak how you wish. Just don't threaten anyone else or break the law. You're not worth, look, if that's your idea, you are not worth hearing out. You're not worth anything. These were not protesters that showed up in the hospital. They're not worth hearing out. They're not protesting anything. These are human garbage, flaming piles of human garbage whose arguments need to be stamped out. I'm not talking about stopping their right to speak. I'm saying their arguments need to be stamped out by everyone. These are not protesters. They're savages. These are human filth. They're not protesting anything. What are you protesting at a hospital, screaming to two injured police officers, seconds potentially from death, who were shot for simply showing up for work in their patrol vehicle? What are you protesting? Respiration by police officers? Their ability to live and survive another day? That's not worth hearing out. Neither are you. You're a savage beast.
Amen, bro.
They're not animals, Joe. I've heard them referred to as animals. It's my only time I'm going to beg to differ with the president who tweeted that out. I just got a dog, as I introduced you to last week. The dog, she knows the difference between good and bad. When you tell her no, when she nips at you, she stops because she's not a savage like these beasts that showed up at the hospital. You are not worth hearing out. Your ideas are not worth hearing out. You're garbage. You are human garbage filth. Your parents should be embarrassed that they spawned you. They should be horrified. No, anyone associating with you should disinfect themselves immediately from the germs you spawn when you open your mouth, you degenerate losers. But again, we're living in this time where deranged academics and culture warriors on the left who want to destroy our culture want you to believe that all ideas are worth hearing out. These people are not worth it. Neither is your stupid defund the police argument. You're not worth hearing out. You don't have a point that's sane. We don't listen to 3-year-olds when they babble on about Dora the Explorer running for president because nobody takes it seriously. Just like we should be treating the idiots, savages that show up at the hospital screaming, "I hope they die," after 2 police officers were shot. They're not worth hearing out. But again, we're being told by cultural elitists that no, everybody should have a seat at the table. Here's another argument not worth hearing out. Article I'll put in the show notes today, bongino.com/newsletter. If you'd like to subscribe to our free show notes, just go to that website. Here's an article by Quinn Hillier at the Washington Examiner. Michigan College inanely fights racism by encouraging segregation. That's not worth hearing out. You're not worth hearing out, folks. I'm sorry. There's a college in Michigan that is putting on opposing seminars, same topic, One for non-POCs, Joe. That's you and I. We are non-people of color, POCs. You know, POCs. We're being handled. We're acronyms now.
That's right.
POCs. We're no POCs. The people putting this on are POSs. There's another seminar for people of color. We're back into segregation now, Joe. Did you know this? Did you miss it, Armacost? We're back to segregation. We've spent decades telling people that the big R God-given right for people to exist and coexist in a society, not the liberal bumper sticker coexist, to actually coexist, should not be dependent about the melanin component of your skin or anything else other than your character. I thought that was the right thing. Was I wrong? No, I wasn't wrong. I know I was wrong. You're not worth hearing out to the morons on this campus who are trying to segregate the campus now. Your ideas aren't worth hearing out. Your ideas were tried. They were a disaster. You know what's weird, Joe? Don't you find it odd how the woke left now shares more in common with racist groups like the Klan and others than anybody else?
Yeah.
Joe, do they not?
Weird.
I'm just asking. I'm not making this up. No, they both support segregation. They both support judging people by the color of their skin. What's the difference? Someone please educate me what the difference is.
Thanks, Dan. That's right. Yes.
What's the difference? The Klan wants segregation. So does the woke left.
You just heard Dan Bongino.